pretend. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Oh, scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die, it's scalp or die. Scalp or die, I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky. Green and red, they're my only friends. 1 minute charted, never pretend. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Oh, scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky.
Good evening, guys. Of all the songs, this one is my favorite. Of all of our trading songs, I love this one the most. That is such a banger. Good evening, guys. I got an awesome. This is quickly turning into my favorite session. This is the third of our triple lives today. The first two, I'll be honest with you, kind of sucked. New York, we kind of pulled it out. The New York close today was really choppy as shit until the end of the session when we pulled it out again. But I had this incredible epiphany between the New York close and the Asia Open on trading the dots. I'm going to share with you guys. It's a sort of the exact opposite of everything we kind of do when the trade goes with the flow. But it's super interesting. And I'm gonna put it into play with gold. And we're going to see how it does. How's everybody doing? Sound good? Everything is good? It sound good? Screen good? Everybody seeing everything? Let me know. All good. I have the PDF of all of our momentum setups, but it actually does not have this last setup that I really want to put into it, the fade setup. So you can download the PDF if you like, but I will create a new version. And next week, if you're not with me in North America Open, or if you're not with me I'm going to go long this trade here, guys, and I'm going to explain to you why. Hang on a second. Let me just make sure it's there. Okay, I'm long here. I just made money on the short side. As you saw when we opened up the session, that was a nice clean 10 points out of gold. Let's see if we can make another 10 points to the long side. And if we don't, I'm totally okay with trying it again at the lower level. I'm going to explain to you exactly what I'm doing in this very, very quiet Asia trade. And you can apply this, by the way, to NASDAQ as easily as to gold, but we're going to trade gold because gold is obviously my favorite to trade in Asia session play. But go ahead, feel free to download the dots PDF. As I said, I'll put in a version 2 that's going to be a little bit more complete next week. And it's totally free. Everybody can have a good time understanding the basic structure. So, again, we don't talk ticks when we're doing CFDs, right? We're trading CFDs for Think Capital. And when it comes to CFDs, it's 10 points or 1 point in gold. It's actually 10 ticks over here. I know the confusion. It doesn't matter. We make 10, we risk 30. I don't want to get into the semantics of what is a point, what is a tick. It's $1. We made $1 in gold. If you want me to talk in notional, we made $1 in gold on the way down. We're going to try to make $1 on the way up. Okay, is that easier for everybody to understand? We can easily do it that way. Whatever is easiest for you guys. I just don't want to get into a semantical argument over bullshit instead of focusing on making money. Clear? Okay. Hey, Clean, how are you? How's everybody doing? Good evening, guys. Good evening. All right, so let me tell you what kind of just totally dawned on me. So you know how I've always had the fade trade. So without much ado, everybody who's new, let me just get a little bigger on the charts here so everybody can see this. So we're in gold. Who's new in the room here, by the way? Who's today was horrible. But Clean, I'm about to change your life because I'm going to show you how we could have turned today into a tremendously positive day, right? And it's going to be just mind-opening for you in terms of how do we, in America, we have this expression, when life gives you lemons, we make lemonade, right? Making lemonade out of lemons. It's a really great expression. I've always loved that expression. And I'm gonna show you how to make lemonade out of shit ass lemon price action. So you guys know how. First of all, anybody new in the room here? Who's new in the room? Yeah, in Germany it's the same expression. That's cool. Well, America is a Germanic country. Even though we all speak English, it's basically, I don't know if people really understand that America is a Germanic country, 100%. So a lot of similarities in the two cultures. So who's new in the room here? Who needs a refresher? Who needs to understand the dots and how they work? Speak now or forever hold your peace, because I'm going to go into some kind of little bit deeper explanation for people who've been trading with me for a while. Multiverse Gambit. All right. So multiverse and everybody else who's new here. Who else is new? There's a lot of people who are new. Okay. So let me just give you a short description. And by the way, download, all of you guys who are new, that's what the PDF is for. So you guys can have it as a, let me do this again. You guys can have it as a reference source. And as I told you, I'm going to update it so it's going to be even a stronger reference source for you next week or next day whenever you come trade with me. So generally, when you're looking at the chart here, is 8-period SMA, 200-period SMA. Right now, gold is up 8-period above 200. It's actually showing a negative slope, so it's a little bit of a sell-off, right? And within all of this formation, the green candles are candles that are above the moving average. The red ones are below. And then within those candles, the white candles are the super hot buys. The purple candles are super cold sells. That means they're selling so strong that they're not even touching the moving average. They're below the moving average. Sort of extreme sells, extreme spots, right? That's the visual representation of what we're looking at. So for the longest time, I've had what I call the fade setup. And the fade setup is basically you get a whole bunch of explosion to the upside, white candles, right? And then the first candle that stops being white is the stop candle, is the reversal candle. Now, reversal sometimes can be small, sometimes it can be huge, sometimes it doesn't even exist. It's just a pause, and then it just explodes higher, right? But that's the setup to try to go the other way. Now, when you're in a very, very strong upside market, like gold is going to go up 20 points in an hour, a lot of times that green candle is not a great signal. But if you happen to be, as we are, in a basic range environment, that means gold is really not going to go 30 points up or 30 points down anytime soon. At best, it's going to go 10 points up, then it's going to come back down, then it's going to go 10 points down. Basically, we're in a range environment. We're in a range environment in NASDAQ. We're not in the 2% a day type of environment. When we find ourselves in that environment, then actually trading against trend. Our whole methodology, as you'll see in that PDF that I wrote you, is we trade with trend. We like to buy breakouts. We like to, we basically bet on continuation, right? But when we're in a range environment, especially in Asia or in Europe, especially in NASDAQ, where there's really no, it's going to be ranging for the next 5 hours, it is much, much more productive to flip the dots on its head and start trading extremes, meaning sell tops, buy bottoms, but in a very intelligent fashion, in a way where we know that there is at least a physical marker of a bottom or a top so that we can establish a beachhead with reasonable opportunity for profit. So the way we do this is, I was actually trading futures before this. Here's the white candles extending. First green candle, you short this dollar target, $3 stop. Boom, it works great. Same idea here. You saw me just as I was opening up the show. A whole bunch of white candles. You don't do anything until the white candles exhaust themselves. Then the first green candle, which is the first exhaustion candle, you short that. Boom. I also happen to really like coming in maybe twice into a position. So if the position if I can buy, if I'm selling it and it goes a little bit higher, I'll sell another one with a hard stop at the first stop. So my second stop is going to be a little bit smaller. This gives me a little bit of a better blended price. It's not necessary, you don't have to do it. It gives me a little bit of a better blended price in case there's a mean reversion. Now you're gonna miss. You're absolutely not gonna. It's not always going to turn, right? You're betting on the fact that most of the time, literally 7 out of 10 times, it's going to turn. But it doesn't have to win every time because we're trading small. And if it doesn't turn now, it will turn on the next turn, or it will turn on the turn after that. And we could just simply manage that by increasing size on those turns and recovering our position and making it this way. We have a very productive session through Asia and Europe when there isn't much directionality. This is the dots version for non-directional markets. And the thing is that we've been very spoiled with directional markets for the last month and a half. We've had enormously strong directional markets. But we're coming into Christmas. We're coming into New Year's. Nobody's going to give a shit anymore. Markets are going to get really non-directional. And everybody who's going to buy breaks is going to try to trade momentum is going to be frustrated beyond all belief because they're going to get very little continuity. Unless, we get a crash. Of course, we get a crash, that's going to be very easy. We'll just trade continuity. But barring the fact that we get a crash, nothing is going to happen. And when nothing happens, we have non-directional markets. And in those times, flipping the dots on its head to buy the exhaustion points and sell the exhaustion points. Going to be very, very productive, right? So, for example, this particular trade, if this particular trade, comes back down, we don't give a shit. We have a small position. We will wait for the next purple, red. We'll buy that turn. All we're looking for is that combination of purple, red, if we get stopped out, to trade the turn. And it will turn. Trust me, it will freaking turn. It will not go 100 points to the downside without pause. And even if it does, it doesn't matter because it's going to print a whole bunch of purples, which we're going to stand back from. And only when the purples stop, we're going to step into the fray and try to flip the trade. Okay, so like right now, no biggie. We get clipped out on this one. We can come back the moment we get a turn position. And because we're trading small, we can come back more than once, right? So like I'm just going to basically change my position. No, I want to come back down. 1, 2. No, it's the other way around. How do I? Oh, this way. Okay. So this is not a lot because this is like the equivalent of a third of a lot because they're trading this in like micro lots. The one unit in Think Capital is very, very small. So don't get all huffy and puffy. This is a third of a lot, not 30 lots of this. Hey, Pedro, nice to have you. California, a lot of California, of course, because Asia session is very nice for California. We don't trade. By the way, those of you guys who are in the U.S., Think Capital lets any U.S. trader trade prop with them. So please go ahead, hit the link. Let me put the link for our friends at Think. Here's the link. Make sure you trade on TradingView. Don't get MT5, MT4. It's fine, but it's much better to trade TradingView. These guys have a really beautiful TradingView platform. I really love trading on the platform with them, and they allow U.S. traders to trade. So it's great. You can trade prop with them all you want. Oops, I gotta go buy. Sorry, boom, buy. Jesus, I'm talking and I'm not paying attention. I'm a little bit late on this trade, so I got to come back down because my execution was poor. So we'll come back down to like over here, see if I can make this back. And hopefully you'll see the wisdom of my way. Sorry, I'm talking and I missed it. I missed the trade. I should have come in just about a tenth of a point lower, but I didn't. So the idea here is just we're not gonna trade our typical continuity trades. We're gonna trade basically reversal trades, discontinuity trades, on the assumption that for the most part you're just going to be ranging up and down. And so the lows are great points to buy, the highs are great points to sell. And if they're not, fresh lows are going to be better points to buy, and fresh highs are going to be better points to sell. Assuming, though, this is the critical thing, we use the dot system to time our entries. We're not coming in blind. We're coming in against what the candles are showing us. So when they stop making fresh lows, that's when we're coming in on the trades. Now this may take a couple of times because obviously generally you had a big buy cycle. Now we sold off the whole sell cycle. Now we're going to see if we're going to have a reversal to the upside. Maybe we'll start selling it off. Now occasionally you're going to get a pound. You're going to get like gold just selling hard, which is fine because you know why? It's going to continue. When it's doing that, it continues to make purple candles, and we don't give a shit. We're standing down. We're letting it do its thing until it exhausts itself. That's the beauty of the dot system, is that we can just wait for it to exhaust itself. All right, come on, baby, come on. 6-4, 7-4, come on. Take me up. The only thing I really have a hard time trading with CFDs is trying to beat the spread. I need this thing to go 1145, 1160, 1140. I don't even know what I need to go. All right, you know what? I'm just going to take this 6 points, and I just totally recovered I recovered this loss over here. I made a profit here. Now I'm back in a situation where I'm net profitable. I could just wait for the next cycle to come in. I'm not being very, very patient here. I could have taken the full 7 or 8 points, but that's the play in Asia. that for the most part is going to just pay us so much more money than trying to chase every trend down, every trade up. And it may even pay us in North America during the very quiet bullshit sessions that we've been kind of seeing. Bullshit markets require bullshit trading techniques. And this is one of them that's just perfect, right? Where we fade the pull away trade. Yeah, that's actually the moniker. We're going to fade the pull away trade. We call these white candles and purple candles the pull away trade because they're pulling away from the moving average. And what we're doing here is just fading them to the downside. Look at this. I totally gave this up too early because I'm just the biggest pussy that ever lived. This could have been actually, and by the way, those guys who love to trade reversal, remember, this could have been like a $3 trade if you traded the full reversal. I just, you know me, I can't hold trades. But the structure, super easy, super cool to do. You guys following what I'm saying? Is everybody vibing what I'm saying? You can obviously see my entries and my exits over here. Let's get back down to the original starting size because which is like 1/10 of a lot. Because again, the critical secret sauce here, aside from the indicator, is size. Don't be a dick and don't oversize. This is size got to be small and consistent, and you just you pick nickels up, you pick nickels up, you pick nickels up, and pretty soon your piggy bank is full, right? So it's slow, it's quiet, but it's very, very effective as far as trading goes. Hopefully you guys like it. Want to see what NASDAQ is doing? Because this is the same principle in NASDAQ. So here's NAS. See, okay, here's a good example. So, I didn't trade NAS because we're focusing on gold, but you got 3 purples over here. You bought this green over here, 625, 30, 5 points, boom, you're up. Nice and clean. You bought the bottom, totally resolved it, right? And you can just keep doing that over and over and over again for small clips that are very, very effective. How's US 30? Sort of same idea. 4 purples. You bought this. US 30 would like to trade with a 1030. So this would have to be 980. I don't even know if that went up there. Yeah, finally, it would have taken this whole reversal to get the full 10 points. But it definitely worked. Speaking of which, by the way, so here's US 30 showing a few, white candles. I mean, this is after a big sell-off, but worth a shot. Why not? No, I need a different 1030. Yeah. All right, short. This is like a huge spread on US 30. US 30 is just really not doing anything. So I might just simply trade this for 5 because this thing is so slow today. And how's NASDAQ? NASDAQ is quiet. Where's US 30? Come on, baby. The one thing I really like about Think Capital is they don't putz around with like 0.5 point. It's like straight up one tick, one point on NASDAQ and US 30. They don't go into decimal points, which is just annoying because it's more of a pain in the ass than it is. Here we go. 4, 5. I'm going to take this and done. And that was a nice clean clip on 5, right? I'm just going to clip the whites and clip the purples all day long. It's not glamorous, but it just collects, pips, and that's what we're all about. Gold flipped. What did gold do? Gold went all the way down. Perfect. It doesn't matter. We made our money, so we're perfectly happy. So now we're going to wait. This fine. Gold is coming down against 4,000. Let's wait. Let's wait for the purples. Let it sell the fuck out of itself, and then we'll step in once it begins to turn. English, where are you from, my friend? 1940. Please tell me that's not your birthday. Keith says he did very well doing the reversal. Keith, were you doing sort of a similar idea? You want to share with us what you were doing? New Jersey. We're in Jersey, baby. I'm in Jersey right now, sitting in my freezing house. When will the soon? Soon. I know you want it to be soon enough. You don't even need, honestly, TN Global, the way I'm trading right now, you don't need shit from me on wealth charts. You can trade wealth charts exactly with what you have on the reversal. It's made for you, right? It shows you the purples, it shows you the whites. All you got to do is just buy the purples, buy the whites. But yeah, I'll be working on it. I really want to. There's a couple of things I want to do in TradingView because I really don't want to bother Rob for the 50th time to redo this. Yeah, I'm across the bridge too, man. Where are you in Bergen County? Where are you at? So Keith's little trick here. By the way, this is so purple to the buy side, right? 16 seconds left. We're going to get long this thing. If it holds, if it doesn't go back to purple, right? All right, I'm buying. So I'm long this thing. Here we are. It really pops in our favor. 8, 9, 10. Oh shit! It was like 7 ticks our favor. Let's see, 6, 7 ticks. Come on, 7, 8. I'll take it. Another clean buy. Like I told you, I'm in Closter. I'm sitting in my freezing house. Usually I'm in New York, but we have a house in Closter, and as everybody knows, the heating has gone out. So I had 3 trucks, 8 guys installing my heater today. They managed to do the hot water, but they're going to complete the job tomorrow. So I am camping out in my house in Closter, actually having a blast. At like I'm blasting my natural gas fireplace, which is the only source of heat in this whole massive house. So the pipes don't freeze because it's about like 10 degrees outside right now. You're on TradingView, you don't get purple bars. Okay, Chris, watch me. I'm going to show you. You're going to go into settings, right? You're going to make sure the pull away trade is clicked. Okay? You're going to do that. And then you're going to do the following. Just the other thing is you're going to make sure that the Christmas tree label's turned off and the pause labels are turned off. Get those 3 things done and everything will work for you perfectly. Okay, because we have so many setups inside this indicator that they're going to conflict with each other unless you turn some stuff off. So look how good this was, guys. We bought this, we bought that, we recovered that, and I started that. So it means I'm 4-0 at this point in a whopping 20 minutes of trade. Oh, born and raised 3 miles from Closter. Wow. Nice. All right, Chris, let me know if that worked for you. Okay. Who else is from Cali? How much is a dot setup? So that's a loaded question because there's 2 things you can do multiverse. You can either come and hang out with me in coaching. I'm happy to give you the coaching link. Let me just give it to you. Just 1 second. So you'll get it for 6 months. Hold on a second. Let me just type this up. Is this right? Oh, that's it. Sorry. Fuck, why is this not working? Okay, here's the coaching link. So that, by the way, coaching is every Thursday. So tomorrow, 7 o'clock at night, we have coaching. You can come hang out with me. I show you the setups. I show you the structures. You get the indicator for 6 months. Or We just finished our Black Friday, but of course, anybody who's a straggler still gets Friday. This will give you the indicator for lifetime. So I'll give you that link as well, and then you can add on coaching for like a very small price. This is really the best deal, but some depends on the where you're at. But this is where you would get both mine and Kathy's. You actually get another indicator to trade Forex with Kathy, and it's a whole separate coaching program, all for the price of one. How do you properly set up my MT5? My script isn't downloading properly on MacBook. Dude, MT5 is a Windows-only program. Alex Zahn. Of course, it's not going to work on MT5. You got to have a Windows. You got to have a Windows laptop. That's why MT5 sucks balls for the most part. But yeah, if you have a Windows thing, it will work like a charm. On a Mac, it's not going to work. It will work like to point and click trade, but you're never going to be able to run any indicators or any EAs. So then that's why. So why does this shit work? By the way, is super interesting answer to that. I think it's decent. Sorry, what do you mean? What's decent? Oh, you know what? Let me show everybody's comments so you guys know what I'm talking about. What's decent, Alex? Question to the crowd, to everybody. Why is what I'm doing working? There's actually a philosophical answer to that. Anybody want to take a gander? Nobody has an idea? Like, why is doing the opposite working right now? So the answer is actually really all about market structure. If you think about markets are auction-based theory. They're based on auctions, right? Highest bidder wins, lowest offer wins. It's constantly moving up and down. Buyers come in, sellers come in. Everybody's sending offers. The higher the price goes, the more people chase it, or the more people try to offer it. And it's just a constant battle between buyers and sellers, right? Trends happen when everybody in the crowd decides to go the other way. And the operative word here is crowd. You need a whole bunch of people to play in the game in order to move the prices, right? That's literally what trends are. It's a whole bunch of people moving prices. Now, there's exception to the rule. You could have one guy who's got a huge amount of money and he just decides to buy up the pot. But that's an event that happens once. Once he's spent his money, he's not going to be doing this in perpetuity, because first of all, he doesn't have infinite amount of money. Secondly, because he's just, he's interested in making this one trade. He's not just interested in constantly banging on the instrument. But when you have lots and lots of people and more people, and you recruit more people, it's like MLM, right? Literally, it's basically a pyramid scheme in the best sense of the word, in a sense that new buyers attract more buyers, and they attract more buyers until everybody kind of buys, and they go, oh shit, no, there's nobody left to buy. Now we're going to start selling, right? That is literally the markets in a nutshell, right? How do you use a dot indicator for trade locker? That's only going to be available with my friends at DNA Markets, which we're going to be we're going to be working on that over the December season to get that ready for New Year's. It's actually already been translated to Trade Locker, but that's a separate issue. So it's all coming. It's all really going to be coming, but in batches, because I can't do everything all at once. So you get that. So basically, it's just crowds moving, right? And the operative word here is crowds, right? Now, what happens in Asia and Europe, right? Especially in the U.S. markets. Let's say NASDAQ and US 30, but also gold in a way. The crowds are much thinner, right? I mean, you get a little bit of crowds out of Asia. a little bit of crowds out of Europe. But let's be honest, all the money is in America. And North America is where the real big crowd is. And that's where all the flow is, right? So if that's the case, unless there's enormous amount of news and people are like, oh my God, I got to sell at 3 o'clock in the morning because, I'm a portfolio manager and something is going on that's affecting me. Nobody gives a shit about Asia and Europe, right? Nobody's participating. The crowd is much smaller. So who controls the price action? The market makers. The market makers whose job is to basically match buy and sell orders and try to make money, right? They have a lot more power when there is no crowd because they can use their own capital to kind of run prices up and down. And what do they love to do the most? They love nothing more than they love to sucker you in to buying the highs and then ripping it down to sell the lows because their whole job is to do exactly what I'm doing. Sell to you, buy it back cheaper. Buy from you, sell to you cheaper. That's all they do. They want to do that 100 times a night. That's their money model. That's what they like to do. And the dots inverse, which is what I'm calling this, is basically mimicking the market maker's price action. It's basically saying, I'm going to sell to you as high as possible and buy from you as cheap as possible and just do that 1,000 times over. Now, this is a big reversal candle. This is just going to be hard for me to want to sell this because what happens, and this is a key thing, sometimes the profit is in the candle, right? So this candle just completely blew out the lows of these two white candles. And much as I'd love to sell this, and maybe it's going to work, you know what? I don't give a shit. Let's sell it. Let's sell it. I don't give a shit because we'll always correct the trade if it goes higher. But this is not a great candle. The reason why I don't love this candle is because if this stopped over here, we would have had the profit all the way down. But this sold so hard off the top that there's very little bone left for us to chew on, right? So you kind of have to be a little bit. That's why I'm moving my take profit a little bit shorter, just to see if I can get that done. Come on. Get down. Oh, fuck me. Come on. 5. Drop. Make the spread. Fuck you. Not making the spread. Okay. Couldn't make the spread. But so if you're being judicious, you probably wouldn't have taken this trade. But I want to show you lots and lots of examples because this is really about me teaching you as many trade examples as possible. Come on, calm down. Just if this was futures, I would have already made this trade, but it just missed my spread. Fuck you. All right, we'll just have to stay with this trade, and if it rips in our faces, we'll get larger at a higher level. But and I told you, I went into this trade against my better judgment, just because I knew the risk was the risk as far as size was small, but the risk as far as price was not. Like that's actually a really good way of looking at it. I don't give a shit about the loss here because the size is small. But if I was really, really good and cared about price, which is what I really should be caring about all the time, this was not a great entry, because all the profit was in that candle. That candle ate the profit, right? And what I should be doing now is wait. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get out of this trade. I just talked myself out of this trade because it was just it's a stupid trade. There's no reason to do it. Even if it goes down into my profit, it wasn't a right entry. So I'll preserve my little profit here and just let it be. But that's the whole point. It's a market-making product. It's a market-making market, and market makers know that 80% of the time things don't go anywhere. And if things don't go anywhere, I can just sell you the top, buy the bottom, sell you the top, buy the bottom, do it literally a wash. I can just wash that cycle 100 times over. Now think about that. If you're washing the cycle 100 times over and you're making $1 up and down, let's say there's $50 sells and $50 buys. That's equivalent to making a 100-point trade, right? It doesn't matter how you make the trade, if it's with a serpentine and straight. Everybody is always just used to thinking that trades go in a straight line, but profits can also go in a completely undulating line if you understand how to make those profits. So we're just kind of changing our orientation from trying to trade straight lines to trying to trade curves. And this is clearly a curvy market. Yeah, that fixed it, right? That fixed it. Cool. All right, I'm glad that fixed it. So everybody vibing what I'm doing here? Let's see what US 30 is doing. It's really, really quiet, not doing much. Let's see what NAS is doing. Also, so here's, this is a NAS buy over here, right? But NAS is really, really quiet. It could have been a buy here. Try to see if we could make 5 points to the upside, maybe. I'll stick to gold just because I want to focus on one instrument for the session. But it's fun, right? I mean, like, we're making money. That's the bottom line. We're making bank, and that's what it's all about. US yes, we can. So Pedro, we absolutely can trade CFDs as long as it's done on a prop basis. In other words, we're trading it within a prop account, not a brokerage account. You can't open a brokerage account on a CFD, but you can very easily open an account with Think Capital, pass their prop test, get funded, and trade for real money. So that's totally doable and completely allowed under the US law. So it's really cool. Now, I'm ignoring all of our flow setups today because, frankly, they're not really going anywhere. And secondly, I just think, fading the highs, or what did I call it? What did I call the? I had like a whole term for this at the beginning of. Anybody remember what the hell I called it? Totally forgot what I called it. Oh, pull away. Fade the pull away trade. That's what it was. Fade the pull away trade. It's just much more productive. Alex, you asked me if I use MT5. Yes, I do. Do you use MT5, Alex? Do you trade MetaTrader? I'll be honest with you guys. Over the last year, I think more and more traders are simply using TradingView as a platform, or TradeLocker. They're using web-based platforms, or even something like Tradeovate through TradingView. What was the dumpster trade? Oh, when we just kept buying the lows. Is that what it was? Just keep averaging down into the lows? No, I think I've improved that a lot more than trading a dumpster trade, right, Keith? This is a much more intelligent approach with far less risk. Would you say? Wait, so I think we can do let's do a little poll here. Hold on a second. Let me put the poll in. Let's see what everybody prefers to trade. I got to put my glasses on now. Okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't mute myself here. Okay, here we go. I like to trade through MT45 or TradingView. All right. Let's start the poll. Let's see what everybody thinks. Let's see what you guys like. Yeah, much better, right, Creed? This is a much better trade. So sorry, you know what? I totally you were telling us how you were trading this, and then we got distracted with everything else. Where the hell where was your comment about how you were trading this? Okay, so it says what I did was wait for the candle to paint first, so conservative entry, but same as you. Paint what? So paint what? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the candle. I'm waiting for the candle close, right? So like right now, kind of this. I don't love this trade. I'm gonna wait a little bit on this. I think we're gonna go a little bit lower here because this just didn't bounce back up. But it's probably could work. See, I'm pulling back on. I'm pushing out on all these trades, and they actually could work nicely. But feel free to explain that a little bit more. Because I'm waiting for the candle close before I commit. Like right now, this would be a buy here at 1069. The candle's the color of the direction. Oh, you're waiting for a green candle. You're waiting for a green candle to pop? Nah. Don't be a pussy. Don't wait for it's gonna by the time it's green, it's too late. You're selling to the greens. No. We're buying the reds. We're selling the greens. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I really should have pulled the trigger here. Sorry, guys. That was a nice, easy, clean buy. I just simply forgot to pull the trigger. But, I made four consecutive winning trades. That's pretty good. So it's a market maker's market. We're going to trade the swings, and doing it this way in Asia, I think you guys are going to set yourselves up for a really great session of success using dots, and you won't be nearly as frustrated because the continuity trade, which has been very, very frustrating, becomes your friend now. Because what you're doing is you're betting on discontinuity. You're betting on continuity reversing all day, every day, and that's the right bet right now. That's the absolutely correct bet. Because you think about it, look at this. We've been churning 208 to 212 pretty much for the last 3 hours. And look, you can literally see it on the charts. We've been selling the highs, buying the lows, selling the highs, buying the lows all day long. And nothing helps you do that better than the dot paradigm. Okay, so yeah, NASDAQ, where it turned around. This green, you're buying this green. This was the green that you were buying, Keith. Where is this thing? This is the trade you were buying. This green candle. Yep, that's good. I mean, I would have been buying this too. It doesn't matter because for me, this was the end of the purple, so I would have been buying here too. But if it was red, I wouldn't care. I would be taking that early trade because I think in that environment it'll work fine. Just like over here, I wouldn't wait for the red. I would just sell the green and take profit into the red, which I did, by the way, in futures. But look how tight everything is, right? Just super, super tight, nothing much. And even when we get the explosion, right? We get this explosion of 20 points or 50 points in NAS. pretty much it's 10 minutes and then it's done, right? Then they're going back to sleep. So it's like the perfect trade for the sleepy market. And as we get closer to Christmas, that's going to be much more the price action. So let's use our best tools to get that done. Okay, anybody else new in the room here? Say hi to me. You want the rules for dots of how we trade them? I'm going to amend them next week for you guys to add this particular structure to it. But the rules I'm giving you are for trend trading, which is a lot of fun. You feel free to trade that. I is Tauf. I is Tauf. What kind of is? Am I reading your? Oh, it's L stuff. L stuff. And MB trades. You're very welcome, guys. You're very, very welcome. Come hang out with us. So the December schedule is Tuesday, Wednesday, Asia session 7:45 to 8:45. Basically like kind of right now. We trade for an hour. We're going to do a lot of this bullshit. We're just going to buy the lows, sell the highs, make the money while everybody else cries. Oh, I made another poem. And then same thing, like New York close, which is for London people. It's a London evening trade, which is really nice. And then New York Open, obviously. So triple live on Tuesday, Wednesdays. The rest of the time is just going to be New York Open because I'm already exhausted. These 2 days, triple lives really is like a lot of focus. Especially today was such a shitty day until tonight, until I figured out how to beat this market. So it's nice. It was nice. It's never how you start. It's always how you finish, right? And I like finishing strong today. Hey, Willie, how are you? Where are you from? Where's everybody from here? Who's new? No, I'm not on NASDAQ, Willie. I'm on gold. Oh no, sorry, I'm on NASDAQ. You're absolutely right. Shit, I'm sorry. My attention got sidetracked. Somebody was talking about NASDAQ, but it doesn't matter. Gold is doing nothing. Gold is just dicking around here, doing nothing. NASDAQ actually developing a trade here. Let's see if we get a couple. Let's see if NASDAQ wants to drop a little bit more here. Maybe a couple of more purple dots for a reversal. So what's going on with NAS here on just a bigger basis? We're still basically trading 65 to 30. This is like a 30-point range. It's just really, really quiet. Not much going on here on NAS. But, it could be tradable. Philly. I love Philly. As a matter of fact, I found the greatest video yesterday. It was a recap of the Broad Street Bullies beating the Big Red Machine in 1975. They were the only NHL team to beat the Russians. What an amazing, fun game. They just literally beat the shit out of them. It was such great. I mean, I went to camp outside of Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. So all my friends from like youth are all kids who were raised in Cherry Hill, New Jersey or Philadelphia. To this day, I'm still very close friends with many of them. And this was summer camp, so we used to play street hockey all the time. And this was like the height of Broad Street Bullies and Bernie. And I was goalie, so I fancied myself Bernie Perron. And it was just so much fun to watch those video highlights. Bobby Clark, just great. So much fun. Hey, good morning, Malaysia. Nice to have you with us. And good morning, Syracuse. And good morning. Is it morning in Kenya? It must be morning in Kenya, right? Africa is ahead of us. This, by the way, I can't even say if this. Well, if we bought the 42s, It's 47. Yeah, this actually would have worked for a reversal trade in NAS. I'm just trying to focus on just one instrument because like I really, really believe that if you want to trade scalp successfully, you can't diffuse your attention span too much. You know, even though this has been pretty easy, it still takes attention and focus, and you can always slip. Remember, we're scalping, so if you drop the scalpel, you can really cut yourself. So I'm really trying to just focus on one instrument, and of course, Asia is generally a gold trade, not right. BFF, be freaking focused. Correct. That's the motto. That's the motto. Absolutely. All right, guys, I'm gonna run because you know, I wanted to show you the setup. You guys get the idea. We had really, really good cycle of trades here. It doesn't look like looks like we're gonna be hugging the moving average, like tighter than Linus hugs his pillow at this point, right? So now not too many pull away trades for the near term. Once we get some pull away trades, there's going to be some new opportunities in gold. You guys feel free to trade those as the evening goes by. I'll be trading New York Open tomorrow, so come join us there. We're going to trade futures. Again, enjoy our friends at Think Capital. If you want to, this is a great way to learn how to trade with very little money, right? Make sure you use the code BKSAFE to get the biggest discounts. But it's $50, $100. I don't even know how little it is. You get a $50,000 account. You trade it with small size. You learn how to make money out of it. If you get funded, then you get to trade for real, and it's all for no cost, no risk to you because you're not risking your own capital. So it's a great deal. Enjoy it. Okay. I will see. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry. Back to allergies. I'm going to see everybody tomorrow morning, 9:00. Rise and shine. And otherwise, any final questions? Anything else on your mind? Thank you. It's a never-ending battle with allergies with me. Have fun. The pull away trades are great. If you want the indicator, if you want to trade with me, coaching is this link. And if you want to get it for lifetime, link is not good. Sorry, what do you mean link is not good? The link I gave you for Think Capital? That link is not good? Hold on. Or you're saying, hold on, I'm clicking the link. Oh shit, you're right. What the fuck? Oh, I know why. Hold on, I'm sorry. Is this because? Hold on. Let me give you the exact link. Huh. Oh, my partner gave me the wrong link. Okay, hold on. Let me just find you the right link, guys. Just bear with me. Sorry. So freaking annoying. Just 1 sec. I'm just looking up the link. I'll be right with you guys. I can't find she must have made the link. I'm sorry, guys. Wait, you know where you can find the link? Okay, let me tell you where you can find the link. Let's go to her website. Okay, let's go to her Twitter. Let's go to her profile. Link tree. There it is. Okay, this link must be good. All right, I'm just going to give you this link, guys. Here it is. Here's the link. I'm sending it to you right now. Sorry about that. Thank you for pointing that. I'm gonna remake that link. But thank you for pointing it out, NetPetty. So that's the correct link. I just gave it to you. It's in the comments. Okay. So let me know. That should be working fine, and I'll remake that link. Okay. All right. Cool. Again, you see how it's just hugging the moving averages. Just we're not even getting any pull away trades right now. So that's fine. That's what happens. Asia kind of gets quiet. NASDAQ, same kind of a thing. NASDAQ over here, the long over here was a bear win. And then, the shorts over here would have been nice. You would have been short here at 51. It obviously dropped down. And you can just keep doing that and doing that over and over again. Yeah, I will get the heat working tomorrow. 7 guys working on it today. They brought in the water heater for this house is like the size for a small hotel. They had like 4 guys trying to bring it downstairs. So yeah, it was fun. Anyways, I don't mind. I like roughing it. It's kind of fun. Anyways, guys, I see everybody tomorrow. I'm still going to be in Jersey. I think I'm going to be in Jersey probably the rest of the week. Everybody have a great night. Enjoy the scalping. Just be very patient. But once you get the setups, it's really, really pretty easy with the dots. As soon as you get the pullaways and the flip of the trade the other way, that's the fade, right? Fade the pull away. Here we go. We're starting to get purples. Maybe we're going to get a little bit more of a sell-off in NAS. 10, 20 points. Come back, buy the reversal, and collect the money. That's how we do it. Hey, Kurt, nice to see you. It's very late for you, my friend. Very late for the Europeans. Go to sleep. I'll see everybody in North America open tomorrow. For everybody in Asia, come back Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to do this every Tuesday, Wednesday night. I love trading Asia. It's super, super fun. And now that we're going to kind of just mimic the market makers, it's going to be even that much better, that much more profitable. Not nearly as frustrating for anybody who wants to try to trade trend. Okay, so I'll see everybody out. Everybody have a great night. Take care, guys.